You have been told your entire life that renting is just throwing money away. You have been told that buying a home is the ultimate path to building wealth. Today, we are going to ignore the emotions, the social pressure, and the real estate brochures. We are going to do the cold, hard math to see which choice actually puts more money in your pocket. Let's start with the classic argument. When you pay $2,000 in rent, that money is gone forever. When you pay $2,000 toward a mortgage, you are paying down your debt and increasing your equity. That sounds like a simple win for buying, but it ignores the hidden math of homeownership. Buying a home is not just the price of the mortgage, it is the cost of living. Think about property taxes. In states like New Jersey, you might pay 2% of your home value annually. That is $10,000 a year on a $500,000 home. That is $800 a month just to the government, regardless of whether you have a leaky roof or a broken furnace. Then there is maintenance. The golden rule is to budget 1% of your home value every year for repairs. That is another $5,000 annually. If your water heater dies, if the shingles blow off, or if your pipes freeze, you are the bank, you are the repairman, you are the landlord. When you rent, you call the property manager. When you own, you write the check. Let us look at the opportunity cost of your down payment. Suppose you put $60,000 down on a house. That is $60,000 of your net worth that is now completely illiquid. It is trapped in wood, brick, and drywall. If you took that same $60,000 and invested it in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, history suggests you could see an average annual return of about 7 to 10% over the long haul. That is real money that you are sacrificing for the sake of home equity. Now, compare this to the renting side. If you choose to rent, you are likely paying less than the cost of a mortgage, property taxes, and maintenance combined. Let us say you save $500 every single month by renting instead of buying. If you take that $500 and invest it consistently alongside your initial down payment capital, you are building a massive portfolio of liquid assets. You are not just saving money, you are building wealth that can be accessed at any time. Of course, the homeownership camp will point to appreciation. Over the last 50 years, real estate has generally appreciated. But here is the catch. You are only capturing that appreciation on the total value of the home, not just your down payment. This is called leverage. If your $500,000 home grows in value by 3%, that is $15,000 of gains. That looks great on paper, but do not forget the cost of selling. When you sell a home, you typically pay the listing agent and the buyer's agent about 5 to 6% of the sale price. If you sell that $500,000 house, you are paying $30,000 in commissions alone. Suddenly, that 3% appreciation you were excited about has just been wiped out by the transaction costs of getting out. The math changes depending on how long you stay. If you buy a home and live there for 2 years, you will almost certainly lose money after accounting for closing costs, taxes, and maintenance. If you stay for 15 or 30 years, the math starts to favor ownership. You lock in your housing payment while rents rise with inflation. Eventually, the mortgage is paid off and your monthly housing cost drops to almost nothing. That is the true financial engine of homeownership. It is a forced savings account that eventually eliminates your largest monthly expense. However, renters have a secret weapon: mobility. If you get a job offer in a new city that pays 20% more, you can move in 30 days. If you own a home, you are tethered. You have to sell, move, and potentially lose money to take that opportunity. In a modern economy where job hopping is the fastest way to increase your salary, the ability to move freely is a financial asset that is rarely captured in a spreadsheet. So, who wins? If you value stability, have a large family, plan to live in one place for over a decade, and have the cash flow to handle unexpected repairs, buying is a powerful tool for wealth accumulation. It forces you to save, it protects you from rising rent, and it gives you a place to call your own. But if you are early in your career, if you are not sure where you want to be in 5 years, or if you prefer to have your capital working in the stock market rather than tied up in a property, renting is not throwing money away. It is buying flexibility. It is buying the freedom to pivot. It is an investment in your own agility. The biggest mistake people make is believing that there is a universal right answer. There isn't. The real estate market does not care about your personal situation, your career goals, or your liquidity needs. Before you sign that mortgage or that lease, ask yourself one final question. Are you buying this home because the math makes you richer, or are you buying it because you are afraid of what people will think if you don't? At the end of the day, your financial freedom is not defined by whether you hold a deed or a rental agreement. It is defined by the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and what you do with the difference. Where will you put your money today to ensure you have the life you want tomorrow? And if you want to learn what cryptocurrency is and how to make a lot of money with it, click on this video.